Yay, alright, it's on. Alright. Hello everyone. Welcome back to another video. So we're playing DDLC, and I know I sound weird. If you read the title, I retain it, and so I'm gonna sound weird. So this is part 3. Probably still won't finish it, so. Sometimes I like proving people wrong when they only think I'm worth my size. It's fun when I get to be small and also better than other people. But, geez, never mind. What are you making me say? Don't you think you can make me talk about weird things just because we're not at school? Are we getting started or what? There's a lot of stuff I gotta teach you. What? That's a little bit more like you. You're more fun when you just speak your mind like that. Hey, now you are treating me like a kid. I was just trying to be a little nicer to you, you know? And just because I don't have a mature and sexy figure like Yuri, doesn't mean you should treat me like oh my gosh. Natsuki catches her words and her face turns red. Natsuki. Forget it. I didn't say anything. I should apologize. I appreciate that you're trying to be nicer. I should have been a little more considerate too. But also, if that's what you're thinking, then you should know that there are tons of guys who are into body types like yours. How would you know that anyway? Just trust me on this one. Gross. Hey, was that to me? Who else? Man. Let's just get started already. You get all sour when a girl calls you gross. I finally found your weakness, Rory. Natsuki smiles deviously. Please spare me. Well, if Natsuki decides to dish out more insults like that, there's no way I'm not fighting back. But she's satisfied enough for me now, finally trying to pull things out of her bag so we can get started. Before long, the whole kitchen is a mess. Spoons, dirty bowls, flour, spilled fluid, and plastic bags are strewn about every countertop. The mixer isn't big enough to make all the batter at once, so we've had to do it several times. Meanwhile, Natsuki is babysitting all of my movements to make sure I don't mess up her precious baking. Rory, where did you put the food coloring? The batter's going in the oven soon. I need to fill the trays. I think it's still in the bag next to the table. What are you using it for? To color the batter, of course. I'm making each tray a different color. That way, even if the flavors aren't different, everyone can still pick their favorite. Ah, that's a cute idea. Are we doing anything like that with the icing? Do you want to? You're asking me. I don't really have a preference, so come on. You're not putting any heart into this at all. Can't you at least try to have fun? I'm having fun. I'm not really sure what Natsuki is trying to get out of me. Meanwhile, I see her separate the batter into smaller bowls and put a few drops of food coloring to each. That does look pretty cool. See, it's not like baking, it's just about following instructions. The presentation is where you get to be creative and have the most fun. It's a million times more worth it in the end, if just looking at it makes everyone's eyes lighten up. Like the ones you made on my first day, huh? I recall Natsuki proudly presenting her cat-shaped cupcakes and Sayori and Monika's delighted expressions. I wonder if I can make Natsuki proud like that too. Yeah, maybe I will use the food coloring then. Sounds like you're trying to understand. Just make sure you completely finish the mixing, the icing, before you mess with the food coloring. Yeah, it's getting there. We were just using the electric mixer for the batter, so I got stuck with a whisk and a huge bowl for the icing. The icing's still all lumpy. Are you even trying? Well, yeah. It'll just take a little longer. Geez, I'll be here all night if you do it like that. Here, look. That's good drop. I can't speak. Natsuki grabs the whisk from me and uses her other hand to tilt the bowl back. You really need to beat the crap out of it. After a few seconds of consistency of the icing has already improved. See? As if to emphasize, Natsuki sticks a finger in the icing and pops it into her mouth. I reluctantly start to do the same. Hey. Natsuki suddenly grabs my wrist. I don't want your gross fingers in my icing. Your icing, eh? Are you thinking who did all that work? I started to fight back, trying to inch my finger toward the bowl. Don't make me beat the crap out of you next. I'd like to see you try. So, I push harder, just enough for my finger to raise the icing. I triumphantly scoop some with my fingers as Natsuki tugs with all her might. The force of Natsuki pulling me causes me to stumble, making her stumble in a turn. Gross. You got it all on my face. Whose fault is that? This big glob of icing on Natsuki's cheek. She tries to reach to it with her tongue, but it's too far away. Jeez. You know what? Take this. Natsuki instead wipes it off with her finger before shoving her finger towards my own face. You wish. I'm faster. I grab her wrist with my hand before it reaches my face. Natsuki tries to use her other hand to fight back, but I grab that one as well. Oh. Not until you apologize for calling me gross. Fine. I'm sorry for calling you gross. You know, I don't mean it. It's just fun seeing you react to it. You do that to me all the time, you know. Saying dumb things just to get a reaction out of me. You really shouldn't tease girls like that. Is that so? In that case, I probably shouldn't do this either. I take Natsuki's finger and put it in my mouth, licking off the icing. Did you seriously just... Natsuki is so surprised that she can't even figure out how to get mad at me. Her face is entirely red. Rory, you really shouldn't do that kind of things to girls unless you really like them. You know that, right? What kind of question is she asking me? Just like that? How did the moon turn to this so quickly? Natsuki gazes at me in silence. I notice her shallow breath. Why am I I'm about to take this retainer out, but I'm supposed to have it in. Why am I starting to feel dizzy? Out of nowhere, the fire alarm starts going off. Natsuki rushes over to the oven. Is something burning? I thought you didn't put the cupcakes in yet. No wonder. You left a dirty tray in there, dummy. How could you make a mistake like that? You should have checked before turning the oven on. Don't blame me for your mistakes. Natsuki uses an oven mitt to grab a blackened tray out of the oven. She sets it on top of the stove. In another moment, the fire alarm stops. Anyway, I'm putting them in the oven now. Yeah, the tension from the moments before still lingers over our heads, but the moment has already been lost. I watch as Natsuki slides the cupcake trays into the oven. Then I reluctantly pick up the whisk and continue with the icing like nothing has ever happened. That smells so good. The cupcakes are ready to be pulled out of the oven. As soon as Natsuki opens the oven door, a blast of sweet-smelling warm air fills the room. Look at how cute they all look. She proudly shows all the different colored cupcakes in each of the trays. They'll look even better once we add the icing. Not like you need to tell me that. I brought decorating stuff, so I hope you can get creative. Here, scoop the icing into these bags. Natsuki hands me some plastic bags. I have these nozzles that will make them look nice and fluffy. This one can even make flowers. We probably won't be using it this time though. What's this one for? I pick up the one in the nozzle with a much thinner tip than the others. That one's really thin, so you can use it to make stripes or other patterns. But you can also use the right stuff on a cake, like happy birthday or whether. That gives me an idea, actually. Well, if it's a literature event, right? We can make more literature themed by writing a different word on each of the cupcakes. It would be fun to see people choose their cupcakes based on a word they like. I was kind of expecting you to say something really stupid, but that's actually a really cute idea, so maybe I'm getting it from you. What's that supposed to mean? I'm not cute. Come on. We're not in school. Nobody's judging. You can't dress and act like this and not expect me to think you're cute. Well, Natsuki's voice trails off. Same with you. Did you say something? No, nothing. Let's just do the icing. Natsuki picks up the paste and fastens a nozzle onto each of the bags. There's a lot to do, so we shouldn't be wasting time. Here, I'll show you how to do it. Without giving me a chance to think about before, Natsuki quickly moves on. She shows me how to apply the icing, and then we each get to work. When we're finally finished, Natsuki puts them all side by side to admire our work. Look at how pretty they are together. Yeah, they are, aren't they? I wish I could have one now. Well, there's no reason you can't, right? I don't see any harm in that. Well, yeah, but my dad's making dinner tonight, so I really need to save my appetite. She was the exact opposite in that regard. If she were here, we'd probably be down 10 cupcakes already. And she would still eat dinner. Come on, that's just unhealthy. Besides, when my dad cooks, I need to eat as much of it as I can. Well, anyway, I was hoping we would have time for manga, but I need to be home for dinner. Already? That's a shame. It's your fault for working so slowly. You should have thought about that. It's not like you'll always have this chance. Man, as usual, Natsuki places the blame on me. You can bring the cupcakes tomorrow, right? If you and Sayori each carry some, then you could probably do it in one trip. Yeah, I can do that. And don't worry, I won't let her eat any. I wish she would listen to me in the way she listens to you. Yeah. I again think back to the conversation I had with Sayori earlier today. I felt so hopeless. Sayori always does listen to me, but at that point it felt like she couldn't listen to me at all. Okay, I'm all packed up. Good work today. You too. I'll walk you out, I guess. Just like that, Natsuki is already about to leave. It feels like the afternoon went by in a flash. More than that, did I even take the opportunity to get close to her like I wanted? Well, I guess I'll be off then. Thanks for all the help and everything. I'll see you tomorrow. Wait, Natsuki. What you said before about not always having this chance, it doesn't have to be that way at all. I had fun today. You showed me how fun baking can be like you wanted. But aside from that, you can come over anytime, okay? I think that if possible, I'd like to spend more time like this. If you want to read manga or go out somewhere, do you really mean that? Natsuki looks at me tensely like she's trying to hide her expression. Yeah, I want to spend more time with you. I just realized I did not check to make sure my audio is on. Wait. Wait. All I wanted to do was make sure. Okay, so it is on. Wait. Okay. Okay, there we go. I want to spend more time with you. Rory. I thought you only care about getting this done. I'm sorry I had to leave so early today. I really didn't want to. I would really stay here longer if I could. I feel the same way as you, so Natsuki suddenly gets closer to me. Wait, Natsuki. Standing inches from me, Natsuki looks up at me. I feel her fingers gently clutch at the sides of my shirt as if holding on to me. Her rose-colored cheeks and matching eyes fill my vision, along with her slightly parted lips. What is happening? My head starts to go dizzy as I feel her soft breaths against me. I felt it. For a while now. Natsuki suddenly jumps back. Sayori? Hi, Rory. Sayori. Just now we weren't... It's okay, Rory. I just stopped to say hi. Well, you should have come a little earlier. I'm already on my way out, so... Oh, really? That's too bad. Yeah, well... I'll still see you at the festival tomorrow, so it's fine. Just don't eat any cupcakes before then. Anyway, later. Clearly flustered, Natsuki hurries off and Sayori waves goodbye. Sayori! I thought you didn't want to come over today. Well, I tried to stay in my room, but my imagination was being really mean to me, so I had to come here and see it for myself. See what? What are you talking about? You know, how much fun you're having with Natsuki, and how close you got to her. It makes me really happy that you've made such good friends. That's all that matters to me. Tears start to fall down Sayori's face. That's all that matters to me. Why am I feeling this way, Rory? I'm supposed to be happy for you. Why does it feel like my heart is splitting in half? It hurts so much. Everything hurts so much. This would be so much better if I could just disappear. Sayori, don't say that. It's true, Rory. If I wasn't here, then you wouldn't have to waste your sympathy on me. You wouldn't have to put up with me being selfish. Monaco is right. I should just... Monica? Monaco is right about what? Sayori, what I said before is true. I'm not going to let this continue. Caring about you like this isn't the burden your mind is making me out to be. It's something that makes me happy. It's something that I wouldn't trade for anything else. So even if it takes an entire lifetime, I'm going to be by your side until you don't feel any more pain. But Sayori looks away. I put a hand on her shoulder to reassure her. I'm scared, Rory. I'm really scared. What are you scared of, Sayori? I'm scared that I might like you more than you like me. Sayori? It's true, isn't it? I was weak and started to like you too much. I did this to myself. Rory. I like you so much that I want to die. Oh. That's how I feel. And that's not enough, sorry. I don't want you to hurt anymore. I slide my hand down Shiori's arm and squeeze her hand in my own. Do you remember how I said I always know what's best for you? Do you still believe me? Wordlessly, Shiori nods. Even if you don't understand all of your own feelings, I know what you need most right now, and that's what I'm going to give you. Chat, what do we choose? As I say that, there's no one in chat. What do we choose, chat? We do how to solve all problems as an elementary school student. Eeny, meeny, miny, moe, catch a tiger by its toe. If he hollers, let him go. My mother told me to pick the very best one, and you are truly not it. Alright then. You'll always be my dearest friend. What you need most for things to be like they've always been. Monica told me the truth. She told me how much happier she seemed after I joined the club. I know you're struggling with some really difficult feelings right now, but please trust me that I know what's best and what will make you happy in the end. I promise I'll help get things back to the way they were. I see. Shiori forces a smile through an incredibly pained expression. This is what it feels like to get stabbed in the chest. I should write a poem about this. Shiori, it's okay. This is just my punishment, remember? For being so selfish? So please don't worry about these stupid things. I know you're right. I knew this whole time that there's no happiness down that path. That's why I came here. Just so I could get the answer I needed to hear. And the other thing, you're also right that I just wanted to get back to the way it was. I realize that now. You really do know me better than anyone, Rory. I'll trust you with anything. Anything at all. So, Shiori's smile finally breaks. All of a sudden, she turns and drops to her knees. Ah! Hopefully no one was inside when I did that. Clutching her head with both hands, she screams as loudly as she can. I'm so shocked that I don't know how to react. Shiori looks over her shoulder and flashes one more weak smile before turning around and running off. Shiori! I'm left helplessly standing in the front of my house. Why am I feeling so horrible about this? There's nothing more that I could have done. The most I can do is support Shiori through her feelings and help her on the path that's right. But I'm having as much trouble understanding Shiori's feelings as she is. The scream. Wait. Hello? Hello, person. Even though I can comfort her, I keep wondering if I should be doing something more or something different. I know these thoughts will continue to plague me until things are back to the way they were. I'm going to give it everything I've got. Shiori will always be my dearest friend, and I'll do whatever it takes to put a smile on her face every day. It's the day of the festival. All days I expected this to be the one where I'd be walking to school with Shiori, but Shiori isn't answering her phone. That's probably not a good sign, chat. I consider going to her house to wake her up, but decide that's a little too much. Meanwhile, the preparations for the event should be nearly complete. I managed to carry all the cupcakes myself by carefully stacking 2 trays. Natsuki is already texting up a storm, but I can't respond thanks to my hands being full. Funnily enough, I probably feel the same way as Natsuki about the event. I'm more excited for it to be over so I can spend time with Shiori and Natsuki at the festival. But knowing Monica, I'm sure the event will be great too. Rory, you're the first one here. Thanks for being early. That's funny, I thought at least Yuri would be here by now. Monica is placing little booklets on each of the desks in the classroom. They must be the ones she prepared that have all the poems we're performing. In the end, I found a random poem online that I thought Monica would like and submitted it. So that's the one I'll be performing. I'm surprised you didn't bring Sayori with you. Yeah, she overslept again. That dummy. You'd think that on days this important she'd try a little harder. I say that, but I suddenly remember what Sayori told me yesterday, and suddenly feel awful knowing it's not nearly that simple for her. I only said it because it's the way I'm used to thinking, but maybe I should have gone to wake her up after all. You should take a little more responsibility for her, Rory. I mean, especially after your exchange with her yesterday. You kind of left her hanging this morning, you know? Exchange? Monica, you know about that? Of course I do. I'm the club president after all. But I stammer, embarrassed. Did Sayori really tell her about it that quickly? About how I basically turned down her confession? That makes me really seem like the bad guy here. But I'm the one who knows what's best for her, right? Jeez. You don't know the full story at all, so don't worry. I probably know a lot more than you think. Monica's being as friendly as usual, but for some reason I felt a chill down my spine after hearing that. Hey, do you want to check out the pamphlets? They came out really nice. Yeah, sure. I grabbed one of the pamphlets laid out on the desk. Oh yeah, they really did. Something like this will definitely help people take the club more seriously. Yeah, I thought so too. I flipped through the pages. Each member's poem is neatly printed on its own page, giving it an almost professional feel. I recognized Natsuki and Yuri's poems from the ones they performed during our practice. What's this? I flipped to Sayori's poem. It's different from the ones she practiced. It's one that I haven't read before. Oh, all it says is get out of my head, over and over. Oh, here we are. Get out of my head before I do what I know is best for you. Get out of my head before I listen to everything she said to me. Get out of my head before I show you how much I love you. Get out of my head before I finish writing this poem. But a poem is never actually finished. It just stops moving. What is this? Reading the poem, I get a pit in my stomach. Rory? What's wrong? Nothing. This poem feels completely different from everything else Sayori's written. But more than that, I changed my mind. I'm going to go get Sayori. Well, alright. Try not to take too long, okay? I quickly leave the classroom. I feel like there's going to be a bad scene in like the next 5 seconds. Don't strain yourself. Monica calls that out after me. I quicken my pace. What was I thinking? I should have tried a little bit harder for Sayori. It's not that big of a deal to at least wait for her or help her wake up. Even the simple gesture of walking her to school makes her really happy. Besides, I told her yesterday that things will be the same as they always have been. That's all she needs, and what I want to give her. Chad, I don't feel right. There's gonna be something bad. I feel like there's gonna be something bad after this scene. I reach Sayori's house and knock on the door. I don't expect an answer since she's not picking up her phone either. Like yesterday, I opened the door and let myself in. Oh no. Oh no. Guys are gonna click this and it's gonna be the worst scene I've ever seen in my life. Is she really a heavy sleeper? I swallow. I can't believe I ended up doing this after all. Wake her up in her own house? Is that more like something a boyfriend would do? In any case, it just feels right. Outside Sayori's room, I knock on her door. Sayori? Wake up, dummy. There's no response. I really didn't want to have to enter her room like this. Isn't it kind of a breach of privacy? But she really leaves me no choice. I gently open the door. Holy! Oh no! This ain't good. Yes. That was uncalled for. Yeah, what the hell? Exactly, what is this? Is this a nightmare? Has to be. This isn't real. There's no way this can be real. Sayori wouldn't do this. Everything was normal up until a few days ago. That's why I can't believe what my eyes are showing me. I suppressed the urge to vomit. Just yesterday, I told Sayori I would be there for her. I told her I know what's best, and that everything will be okay. And why? Why would she do this? How could I be so helpless? What did I do wrong? Turning down her confession? That has to have been what pushed her over the edge. Her agonized scream still echoes in my ears. Her agonized scream is just a scream I did. I should not be laughing at this. This is actually a horrible thing. Why did I do that to her when she needed me the most? Why was I so selfish? This is my fault. My swarming thoughts keep telling me everything I could have done to prevent this. If I just spent more time with her, walked her to school, and gave her what I know she wanted out of our relationship, then I could have prevented this. I know I could have prevented this. Screw the literature club. Screw the festival. I just lost my best friend. Someone I grew up with. She's gone forever now. Nothing I can do can bring her back. This isn't some game where I can reset and try something different. Well, I have news for you. I need to shut up. I need to shut up. I only had one chance, and I wasn't careful enough. And now I carry this guilt with me until I die. Nothing in my life is worth more than hers. But I still couldn't do what she needed from me. And now, I can never take it back. Never. Never, 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 never. Wait, that's the end of the game? So clearly it's not the end of the game, because Sayori is now Monica. My memory's really bad to remember what this was supposed to be. So let's click it. Yeah, let's speak, droid here. That's exactly what this is. Only the beginning? I just spent, like, probably nearly 4 hours on this game in total. And this is only the beginning? Oh no. I see an annoying girl running towards me. Oh my gosh. My orthodontist didn't take all the glue off one of my teeth, and it's like, I'm just now feeling it. Like, I knew it was there, like, yesterday, but I'm just now feeling it, and it's really annoying. I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is... Actually, I'm not even gonna try. My neighbor and good friend since we were children. Wait, I see what's happening here. Okay, I'm gonna make a little guess here. So basically, the glitched out name is supposed to be Sayori, so it's gonna restart the game, right? But they're replacing Sayori with Monica, and they're gonna do that again with, like, I don't know, Yori or Natsuki until everyone's dead. That's my guess, but don't spoil it, don't spoil it. You know, the kind of friend you never see yourself making today, but it's just the kind that works out because you know each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let's catch up to me. Yup, I guess you're right, except we have, I thought I actually glitched out my computer for a second. It's an ordinary day at school, like any other. Mornings are usually the worst, being surrounded by couples and friend groups. It's just now showing on my phone where I'm reading the chat. I thought my phone was glitching out. Oh, it's gonna make me think my computer's breaking. And friend groups walking by the school together. Meanwhile, I've always walked to school alone. I always tell myself it's about time I made some girls or something like that. But I have no motivation to join any clubs. I'm perfectly content just getting by the average while spending my free time on games and anime. That's real, bro. That's always the anime. There's always anime club. But it's not like there would be any girls in it anyway. I love anime. I would join an anime club. My school don't got that, unfortunately. The school day is as ordinary as other. It is. I feel like I'm speaking a different language right now. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. There really aren't any that interest me. Besides, most of them would probably be way too demanding for me to want to deal with it. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Rory? Monica. That's my real reaction, by the way. I'm not like reading it because oh my goodness, I totally didn't expect to see you here. It's been a while, right? Yeah, it has. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other well. We rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me is so genuine I don't think I can say this with a retainer in. Feels a little, what did you come in here for anyway? Oh, I've just been looking for supplies to use for my club. Do you know if there's any construction paper in here? Or markers? I guess you could check the closet. You're in the debate club, right? About that, I actually quit the debate club. Really? You quit? Yeah. To be honest, I can't stand for all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget, publicity, and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. In that case, what club did you decide to join? Actually, I'm starting a new one. A literature club. Literature? Sounds kind of dull. How many members do you have so far? Kind of embarrassing, but there are only 3 of us so far. So, is Sayori still our friend in this? What's going on? It's really hard to find new members for something that sounds so boring. Well, I can see that, but it's really not boring at all, you know? This feels like Hades Town right now. Y'all ever seen Hades Town? I know you have Strawberry. I know you're not watching this right now, but it's like it loops, except unlike Hades Town, you got like, it changes. Literature can be anything. Reading, writing, poetry. I mean, one of my members even keeps her manga collection in the club room. Wait, really? Yeah, it's funny, right? She always insists that manga is literature too. I mean, she's not wrong, I guess. And besides, a member's a member, right? Did Monica say she? Rory, by any chance are you still looking for a club to join? I mean, I guess so, but in that case, is there any chance you could do me a big favor? I won't ask you to join, but if you could come at the very least visit my club, it would make me really happy. Please? Well, I guess I have no reason to refuse. Besides, how could I ever refuse someone like Monica? Sure. I guess I could go check it out. Awesome. You're really sweet, Rory. You know that? It's nothing really. Shall we go then? I'll look for the materials another time. You're more important. And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul to Monica and her irresistible smile. I simply follow Monica across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Monica, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. You might want to go get that checked out, Monica. I'm back, and I brought a guest with me. Yuri! Hi. A guest? Seriously? You brought a boy? Wait. So, are we just completely abandoning Shiori? Why am I forgetting her name? Are we just completely abandoning the fact that Shiori exists? We'll see what happens. Way to kill the atmosphere. Don't be mean, Natsuki. But anyway, welcome to the club, Rory. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. Not gonna lie, I don't find any of them cute. No. So let me guess. You're Monica's boyfriend, right? What? No, I'm not. Natsuki. The girl with a sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. Anyway, this is Natsuki. Energetic as usual. And this is Yuri, the vice president. It's nice to meet you. I just had a thought and I forgot it. Yeah, I forgot that thought. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with someone like Natsuki. It's nice to meet both of you. So I ran into Rory in a classroom and he decided to come check out the club. So I'm just walking. Isn't that great? Wait, Monica, didn't I tell you to let me... Sorry, I thought I just saw something. John, what's going on today? I thought I saw some tiny little figure no, can't see. Some tiny little figure in the corner of my room, and I thought I just heard someone walk in. So we're just going to ignore that. Didn't I tell you to let me know in advance before you brought anyone down? I was going to, well, you know. Sorry. I didn't forget that, but I just happened to run into him. In that case, I should at least make some tea, right? Yeah, that would be great. Why don't you come sit down, Rory? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Yuri walks into the corner of the room and opens the closet. Meanwhile, Monica and Natsuki sit across from each other. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Monica. Sorry, Chad. So I know you didn't really plan on coming here, but we'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the Literature Club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. Must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, Natsuki? Well, I guess. Natsuki reluctantly agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard to find these two. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot in the middle. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teacher gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know? I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. So, Rory, what kinds of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga, I muttered quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. Looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyways, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her fingers. My favorites are usually novels that build up deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me, and telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds comfort in her world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Alright, chat. We're gonna end this here. This is probably a short stream, I know. But I had the whole summer. So, hope y'all enjoyed this short stream. And hopefully next time I actually can speak correctly with my retainer and I don't sound like I have a speech impediment. So yeah, hope y'all enjoyed the video. Bye guys.